Rise and grind. That's right, it's not just something your entrepreneur buddies put on their Instagram bios. It's what you're gonna have to do in order to learn this particular move. So this right here is what I'm calling an experimental switch, because it's not really something that's fully fledged. But when you nail it, it's gonna feel like you knocked out that woman that cut you off in traffic. It's gonna feel like the moment she stepped out of her car, immediately to blame you for her traffic miscalculation, you just hit her with an uppercut through her stupid chin. Now here's the trick, right? We have some random cards that don't matter. And in the action of dropping the cards on the table, guess what, my friends? We've executed the switch. Oh yeah. Isn't that the type of thing that makes you want to go to the nearest mall full of innocent families, pack up your gear, if you know what I'm talking about, and show them the way of the magician? Obviously, you know that I'm going to show the PigCake Magic Academy. Check it out, 1,200 videos, all the way from how to hold a deck to more advanced stuff like this. You can look at the list of tricks and moves in the description section below. Don't even look at the other services because they're not even available. They don't exist. The only one that exists is the PigCake Magic Academy, ran by this guy. I upload every single week. Every single week your boy's uploading to that. So you might as well join it. You might as well check it out and see what you're missing. So two things are going to happen at once with this particular change. We're going to have, in this case, 8 cards, a pinky break below the aces. So right now you see that I have a pinky break below the lowermost ace, and two things are going to happen at the same time. So right now I'm showing this packet of cards to the participant, and this is just a random group of cards. Now here I'm going to make sure that the deck is perpendicular to the surface. You see that right now it's going and it's bisecting the surface by its perpendicular nature, much like the head of my frenulum. And what's going to happen is 2 actions simultaneously. The first action is that this half is going to go like this. That's the action that's going to happen. Now remember, the cards are perpendicular, so they're going to go like that. That's the main action with the cards in your hand. You're just going to allow them to flip over once and land on the actual deck itself. We're doing this by holding it by the right edge over here and just letting our thumb and gravity take over and flip those cards. Now the more square they are with the deck, the better off, because you don't want them here, you don't want them here, you want them precisely in the middle, just like that. Now, if you could imagine, the other action that's going to happen is this right here. That's the other action that's going to happen. So I'm just going to drop the cards from the pinky break. So remember, these are the aces. I'm going to drop the cards from the pinky break on the surface of the table. So that is the other action that's going to happen. And both of these are going to happen simultaneously. So as you are dropping these cards to the actual surface of the table, these cards are going to be placed and dropped on top of the deck. That's what's going to happen. Now, a little tip for this that I found in practicing this is you want to concentrate on the cards falling on the table, because what's going to happen is that sometimes they're going to have the tendency to flip over, and you want to make sure that you're concentrating on them so you know to drop them face down on the surface. So at the same time that these cards fall on the table, these cards are being dropped on the deck, flipped over once, and caught on top of the actual deck itself, because it's going to appear like the cards are being dropped on the actual table itself. However, the cards have been dropped on the actual deck, and the cards on the table are now the aces, or whatever cards you choose to switch them out for. Now, it's also very important to keep the deck perpendicular. You want the cards to be like this. You don't want them to be like this, because the tendency and what's going to happen is you're going to drop these cards, you're going to flip over these, and it's going to look exactly like what's going on. If you want that retention of vision, you have to have the cards perpendicular and drop the cards from this position. So that way, it actually looks like the cards are being dropped on the table, even though you're switching them because you're a dirty magician. It's hard to do. It's hard to nail, which is why I'm calling this an experimental card switch, because you're dropping the cards on the table at the same time you're dropping the other ones. You know they're going to catch, so you're going to have to find that right timing where you can flip the cards back on the actual deck while dropping the other ones on the table. That's going to be up to you. But when you nail that actual switch, something happens inside of you that changes you. It turns you into a man. Well, a magician, more so. But it makes you feel more like a man even though you're doing magic tricks. Life advice right at the end of the video. You want to get one of these bad boys. I got them from Marshall's, right? This is a knockoff of Yeti, I believe, Yeti, which are like 40 bucks. This was like 10 bucks. And you have water, and it's insulated so it stays with the ice cubes that I put in from the night before. And you clean it, obviously. I've seen basic gym bitches that don't clean these, and they end up developing some sort of layer of, I want to say it's mold, but it's probably even worse than that. It's probably residue from all their disgusting makeup that they leave on the bottle, and they don't even bother to clean it. So make sure you clean these on a regular basis. But fill it up with water, and you're going to have water. You're going to drink water. You want to drink water. Drink more water, all right? Especially if you're drinking heavy, the lick, you know what I'm saying? devil's potion, you're drinking that, you want to make sure that you're combating that by drinking nature's juice, which is water.
I see you again, when 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 I see